Pathbound Travelers. Welcome to tonight's adventures in Will of the Dice presents Sins of Blood. I am Tyr the DM, he, him, the world's okayest DM, and I will be your guide tonight as we take a journey into the past, the present, and possibly the future. Before we begin, we do have some announcements and some introductions. First and foremost, we are for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised. Secondly, we do not encourage the use of nicotine or nicotine products such as cigarettes and vaping. Just because we do it doesn't mean we want you to. We want you to be happy, healthy. Third, we are in no way, shape, form affiliated or associated with TTRPG creators, publishers, or manufacturers. We're just a group of individuals come together to play our game and share it with you, our beloved audience. That being said, I will now hand it to Locke.
Hi gamers, I'm Locke Clark, and I'm here tonight to talk to you about our partners in this endeavor, Level Up Dice, fine purveyors of luxury dice for all your sexy dice needs. And, they don't have anything new in the store, so I'm just going to keep telling you about the spooky dice. Like, go get yourself some Halloween dice, guys. Those Glyphic Halloween dice are amazing. They're a shiny black onyx die with a Halloween Glyphic pattern done in Halloween orange, and they are awesome, and you need a set. I need a set. We all need them. So you're going to pop over to them, and you're going to go through our portal to do it, because you want us to look good for the company, and that's how you make us look good. And that portal is https://bit.ly/L, D, Will of the Dice, all one word. That's bit.ly/LUD, Will of the Dice. Also, we would like to thank the musician who has provided music for tonight's show, and that is our very own Patrick Taylor. Thanks, Peculiar Patrick.
Yay,
Hey, Patrick. Greetings, gamers. Raph here. Remind you, we have a Patreon site. You need to go out to Patreon. You need to go to Patreon, look up Will of the Dice. You need to log in. You need to subscribe. Help support this channel. Help support us. Get access to all the content before it hits all the rest of the podcasts and YouTubes. Get access to After the Rolls, which doesn't get out to the public. Find out after the rolls what we thought of the fuckery that Tyr just pulled on us. So yes, please log into Patreon, find us, and subscribe, and help support this channel. Help support us. It really helps it out. Thanks.
All right. That is our announcements. Let's get on to our introductions. Oh, wait. I have another announcement. We will be giving a dice tower away tonight. They're 3D printed by Sir Ustad. You will see the instructions on how to enter that raffle once it comes up. Make sure you enter. We've got a couple more of these to give away. We want to give them away. Also coming up, giveaways in the near future. Some more of the bespoke dice trays from Stalwart Makery. It's the dice trays that me and the crew use. Ooh. They are beautiful. I need to get you one, Raph. Now, on to introductions.
Again, greetings, gamer. This is Raph the Mad, he, him, and I am playing the voice of Sarek the Blade, the 6'9" Dragonborn, who is going through life and starting to deal with some issues these days. So you can find me at BilkaDragon13000 at Twitters, and we'll see what happens next.
Hey everyone, I'm Ren Matley, she, her, and tonight I'm going to be voicing Nan, she, they, and her counterpart Esmina. Nan is a 5-foot tall elfin appearance with shoulder-length brown hair, plain brown eyes, tends to wear clothing that is a little loose, doesn't quite fit her right, and she'd really like everyone to understand that she's, as far as she knows, she's just a cartographer. She'd really rather not be here doing any of this. You can find me over on Twitter at Ren_Matley.
Hi gamers, I'm still Locke Clark, and tonight I'll be playing Laz, also known as Lazarian. I am he, him, they are they, them. Laz is half elf looking with super pale skin, scars that run over almost their entire body. On closer inspection, the scars appear to be some sort of white script. They have mismatched eyes, and not a lot of memories about how they got to keep Gregor Garian and got thrown in with these folks. And you can find me on the Book of Faces and the Twitter Patience at Lock Unruly. That's Lock with an H.
Hello, everyone. It's me, Patrick, and I am a he, and tonight I am playing Draft Vitakin. He is a he/him. He's an Umbrican assassin, but not really an assassin because he just went to military school for it. But no, he was part of the Angramore exchange program, and now his patron is dead, so he's kind of just himself now. You can find me on Twitter at Peculiar Patrick.
Hey y'all, this is Ames, and I am the voice of Brika. We are both she, her. Brika is your 5 foot tall elf, air quotes. The party may know that she's more than just a little elf. In fact, she is a fairy, but as far as anybody else in the world is concerned, she is definitely keeping that under wraps. She's about 5 foot tall, lavender pearl colored skin, indigo hair with 2 green streaks right at the temples that are acid green and match her eyes. And in the rare moment that you see her wings, they are also that indigo blue with that really bright, almost bioluminescent green in the membranes. And you can find Ames at LollyGFIFO on Twitter.
Awesome. I do have one more announcement to make. The overlays are off. They show that Patrick is playing a warlock and that Nan is she, her. The overlays are on my desktop that is dead. So I will get them fixed this week. I will create new overlays. So please forgive that oversight. And I apologize to my players. I'll get it fixed. As I said in the beginning, I am Tyr the DM, the world's okayest DM. You can find me on Twitter at Tyr_the_DM. Before we begin, as always, tonight's safe word is porcelain. And do we have any last requests before we get started?
Not the face.
Hello.
The party, they have been weary, they have been worn. Some of them even perhaps on the verge of being distraught. Barely escaping Teledegarios as an unknown force attacked, traveling down the mountain range with no name and through the swamp of Morning Solace, they made their way back to Port Bloodgut. There they had found refuge for the night in the tavern, the Golden Heart, a tavern that one party member was reluctant to stay at, but they're there all the same. The morning sun is beginning to shine on this irregular city, as where most cities are laid out in a grid-like fashion with very straight thoroughfares and very clean direction and separation of different areas such as the market or the homesteads. Port Bloodgut is a conglomeration of natural formations. Businesses made from being carved into stone, under hills, into precious gemstones, in thickets of trees. The thoroughfares made as they wind in between these large natural habitations. The Golden Heart centered in the center of Port Bloodgut. Golden rays of sun flitting through shuttered windows. The sound of the morning as the city grows in hustle and bustle, becoming alive. But that's not where we're starting tonight. We're starting in the past, in a courtyard. There, among multiple wooden dummies and rows and racks of weapons, we see a bronze dragonborn, young, headstrong, and impetuous, on their knees, their body aching from unseen bruises that are forming beneath their scales. The wooden greatsword that they use to practice several feet from them. A older red dragonborn, a patch over the left eye as an angry scar runs from brow to chin, wearing silken breeches, no top, their scaled chest exposed, daring this impetuous young one to strike them as they stand over this dragonborn. Oh, still you have not found peace. Where does peace reside, my child? Sarek, where does peace reside?
You tell us it resides in our heart, but I don't feel it.
Until you can find peace, you will never master the blade. For it is within that peace that you are able to shut out the screams of death and the visage of chaos. On your feet.
And he rises warily, slowly, but still rises and moves to pick up his sword yet again.
Once more, several well-placed strikes, and Sarek is on their knees. As you look to the ground, Sarek, the world changes. There is stone beneath you. Small splatterings of blood, your own, as you hear the chanting of your name. Something compelling you to stand once more. You know where you are. Maybe it is the proximity of the fighting pits that has brought this dream. Or maybe it is just the desire to once more hear the crowd chant your name.
Again, he stands up, weary, bloodied, and staggered, raising his blade to step back into the fight.
We leave from the fighting pit. We go to the cold north. You have no recollection of time, Lazarian. You do not know how long you have been here. You are just here in Keep Gregorian. The solitude is almost damnable. What is the driving force that keeps Lazarian going, driving through this inhospitable realm of cold, torturous damnation?
The message that they were given when they woke up here to grow stronger. They need you to be stronger. She needs you to be stronger. And they have no way of knowing for sure who the she refers to, but there's only one she they can think of. So they fall into old routines, dressing warmly, even though the cold doesn't bother them. Practicing, exercising, even though these things don't seem to change them in any way. And yet they continue waiting for whatever is to come. They believe they were put here for some reason. Eventually it will be made clear. So here they stay, haunting the place and living the ghost of past vague memories while they wait.
It is this visage that greets you on the dawn. But at this moment, I need everyone but Laz the Earmuff You will be drugged from reality as you hear a voice dance through your head. A very familiar voice. As you hear a name that seems almost out of place. Beta? I dreamed of you. I know it's impossible. I know you are gone. But I had to try.
I am not who I was exactly. Yes, I am here. They call me Laz now. And I am. We are more than we were.
And that's all. That is 25 words. I will bring the others back now. That voice will spark a remembrance. A night. The visage of the one before you, but blurred. As you fight to focus, as you fight to see the truth of the visage. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
No. 8.
The vision fades, leaving you with just that bittersweet moment of a memory and that voice that still echoes. Brika, you will dream a simple dream of the sunrise, the beautiful sunrise in the plains of the Ullerveld, the traveling caravan that has taken you in as their fortune teller and tinted around you. The dawn is so terrifyingly beautiful. As it warms, it also burns. It has not been that long since you found your way to see the sunrise. What does Brika do seeing this beautiful sunrise over the tall grass of the Ullerveld Plains?
If this is one of the memories from like very early after, even though the sunlight still hurts because her skin is so sensitive to that kind of light, she actually would have exposed as much of her skin as possible to it. Because though it burns, it was the first taste of freedom.
Please give me a Constitution saving throw.
That is a 12.
You will last for a full minute under the ministrations of the sun before you are forced to retreat back into your tent. But what a glorious minute that it is. There basking, there amongst these individuals who accept you with very little question, for they themselves are outcasts among outcasts. Nan, you will dream Yggdrasilian on the horizon. The voyage has been quiet, You have been mostly left to your own vices as you make maps. The captain will call all hands on deck. The harbor guard will be inspecting each individual, making sure no one is of nefarious nature. There's a voice in your head that tells you not to worry, but does that voice soothe the worry that comes?
It's hard for anything to soothe the worry with Nan. For her, everything is kind of scary, terrifying. And by the time she reached Estruzalion, she hadn't been out in the world that long. And it was all new. And what she thought would be super exciting has been really scary and uncertain.
It is at this point that a mother's words will come in remembrance. The world is full of darkness. Man is a mendacious thing. Guard yourself. Guard your path.
These are words that have kind of stuck with her. Hearing her mother say things like that, and anytime they left the house, they were always told, keep to yourself, stay out of things, don't get in the middle. She would stand for the inspection, answer the questions best she can.
Dreft, it is your first day in the prime material plane. The night, while it brings beloved darkness, this darkness is different than that of home. For the sky is speckled with countless pricks of light that man calls stars, and the two silver bulbous bodies that flow so gently through the sky that man call moons. There's an innocence there. An innocence that if only you could recapture. An innocence that if only you could reclaim before it was taken. The dream will shift. Your first archaeological discovery, a crypt. Do you dare open it?
Oh, 100% he will throw back the lid with very little caution. He's just overcome with the excitement.
And there, untouched by age or decay, will be a beautiful woman. Brown hair, pale skin, crimson lips, whose eyes will open and lock to that of Dreft. I need a wisdom saving throw, Dreft.
Let's see. It's an 8.
That will not be enough. Under her tender touch and serpent lies, Dreft falls and becomes fledgling. You all will be lost in the past before a resounding knock upon each door simultaneous will drag you to the present.
Ooh.
Yes.
There is no call when you question who is there. Do any dare open the door?
Draft would. He wouldn't say anything. He'd just get up and go open the door.
Brika
Yeah,
would.
Laz would open.
Sarek will check the door.
With no answer, Nan will just stay where she's sitting on the bed.
Those of you that check the door will find the same thing. A small china saucer with a beautiful floral pattern, 2 freshly baked chocolate chip cookies, and a small note that says, "Your presence is requested."
Draft would check his
Hmm.
cookies for poison.
Sarek will
They are-
sip the tea and eat the cookies and read the note with some consternation.
The cookies are not poisoned.
He'll bite into the cookie. He'll check the tea after he checks the cookie.
The tea is delicious. The cookie is one of the best cookies that you've ever made. You have heard man speak of being made with love, and it is for the first time that you can actually taste the love poured into the cooking of these delicious chocolate chip cookies.
Damn, that's good cooking.
Sarek's gonna just reach across the hall and knock on Nan's door. Nan, dear, there's cookies and tea for you. As he goes back inside and starts putting on his clothes and his gear because he knows it's gonna be a day.
Do any of you want mine?
Nan will finally come to the door, crack it just a little bit, and look in the hallway. Not seeing anybody new or unusual, she will open the door, look down at the saucer and whatnot. And I'm not eating strange cookies from someone. Don't know
Oh.
who sent it.
Oh, I know who sent it. You should eat the cookies. They're really good, and the tea is rather delicious.
I don't know. I don't usually
As
accept
he's sipping the
food
tea,
from people I don't know.
Would it help if I ate the cookie first?
I
I don't actually
know.
have to eat, but look here. Wow, those are actually very tasty.
yes, she's an excellent cook.
Shay,
We've been summoned. We have a place to go this afternoon, or probably this morning after we get done with breakfast.
a place to go. Someone by who?
He'll look down the hall, left and right, and see who all's poking their head out.
No one.
Well, I assume Dreft and Brika have poked their heads out.
Uh,
Brika would be
Jeff will
standing
be-
there.
Mm-hmm.
Draft
Oh.
would have dressed and then come out with his little sling backpack ready for
Mhm.
the day.
This is most likely an invitation from Granny to stop in for a visit.
Your grandmother.
No, Granny, she runs Eat Here, where we stopped for lunch the last time we were in.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, the player wasn't here for that.
Yes.
Ah,
She would like to speak with us, it looks like, so we should probably oblige her. It's generally wise to oblige Granny.
Is she nasty?
Depends. She could be your best friend or your worst enemy. Just don't cross her.
Oh,
She's always been good to me.
I don't like the sound of that at all.
I don't
I
either.
hardly trust most of you lot.
It's good food, yeah.
Food is excellent.
She's gonna look down at the saucer and cookies again, and just close the door.
If it's still sitting there when Sarek gets done dressing and getting his armor and stuff on, he will pick up the tea, even though it's a little cool, drink it, and eat the cookies. Never let good tea go to waste.
No.
Yeah, Nan didn't touch it at all. So Nan will go ahead and dress and prepare spells and whatnot for the day.
Draft will also prepare for the day and be one of the just waiting in the hallway for everybody else.
Laz gets everything of theirs ready to go, and then just leaves the door to the room open and sits on the bed and is just staring at the locket they keep. They have the locket open.
Brika would have already been dressed. As the party probably already realized, she never takes off the robe of eyes, or barely ever does. But she would have just gone back in and sat on the bed and wait for everybody else to get ready.
Tier above table. Is this in that inn?
Yes.
Okay. Is everyone ready to go? I would rather get moving early if possible.
Yes. Suppose. Laz says quickly, closing the locket and dropping it back into the neck.
I guess if there's no getting out of it.
Do you think that I have some time to do some shopping on my own, or do you think I should come with you to see the Granny first?
Looks like she invited all of us to this meeting. Besides, she might have some things for us to begin with.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Yes, I would say it is better not to keep someone like her waiting. I'm sure there will be plenty of time for shopping after.
Yes, there will be. Yes, shall we get moving? I'd rather not stay here longer than we need to.
Lead on, dear Sarek.
And he heads downstairs, and in the common room, just for a second, you'll see his face drop, get tight, and he'll pause. And then he'll walk out the door.
As you walk out the door, Sarek, the barkeep hard stares. And then you see them mutter, "Nah, couldn't be." And go back to wiping down the well-used bar top. You find yourself in the hustle of the bustle of the morning. The food vendors and their carts being pushed. The merchants setting up their wares, those that set up in the streets, others making their way to their shops, businesses opening, the smell of bread coming from the bakery. I can talk, I swear I can. The wafting aroma of delicious food coming from Eat Here. The bells ringing in the harbor as ships come and go. It is a beautiful, robust morning, seeming so detached from the violence of the attack on Teledegarios, only a few days away.
Are the streets crowded as we're walking, or just busy?
They are busy. They're not crowded. You will notice. Give me an insight, man.
Okay. Natural 20 on the die, plus 7, so 27.
You will notice that people are making sure not to get into your way.
Like they're moving out of our way as we're walking?
Yes. Not obvious, not like a parting of the seas, but more of a very subtle making sure your path is clear.
Nan's not going to say anything, but she's going to continue to watch as they walk and stay close to the group.
Sarek will take him to eat here at a, I won't say leisurely stroll, but he's not going to push the pace either. He's going to enjoy the morning for a little bit.
Arriving, you are met by the garçon, as all staff in this place are halflings. He is dressed very smartly with a white silk tunic, a black overcoat, a black tie, bow tie. He will snap as he sees you, count, hand you 6 or 5 menus, and begin walking. This place always looks larger on the inside than it does the out. It is amazing how many people can be fed at once in this very simple establishment.
Sarek will follow along, take a seat, and when he's seated, he'll just leave his, what was the invitation, just kind of sitting on the table.
The waiter will come, look at the invitation, and then look at you, Sarek. Will you dine before the meeting, or do you wish to be seen now?
He looks at the rest of the group. If we're able to eat breakfast first, we very much would prefer it, but I suppose that depends on her.
There was no instructions for you to come immediately, so I'm assuming you have time to eat.
Then breakfast, and he'll put 25 gold on the table for breakfast.
Those of you,
5 gold a meal, correct?
yes, 5 gold a meal, and the menu only says breakfast, lunch, dinner. Such an odd place. But oh, the food that is brought forth: eggs, bacon, sausage, gravy, biscuits, toast, loaves of hot steaming bread, fresh fruit and cream, mugs of milk chilled to perfection, mugs of ale, goblets of wine. You could feast for days on the food that is brought for you 5.
It smells nice enough, but a bit of overkill.
Oh, it is delicious, and I highly suggest you eat your fill. It's going to be an interesting day. Oh, by the way, Draft, how are you doing?
Draft just shrugs in the middle of a bite. He's taken out of his food. I'm doing all right. Just having breakfast.
That's good to hear. Just
I need
seems like-
everyone but Dreft to earmuff. Is Dreft all right?
Yeah, he's kind of rolling with it. He's not dealing with the trauma of seeing the love of his life be decapitated, but he's doing okay.
So he's just sort of repressing that, pushing it down to not actually process it.
He's compartmentalizing as he was taught to do in military school, and also with his life being post-war Angmar, you know. So he's very good at being like, yes, a box to put this very trauma into. And we put the lid on the box, and we put the box on the shelf, and then we don't talk about the shelf anymore.
All right. I will bring the others back. You may continue your conversation.
I'm doing all right. It says just breakfast, and then it's just how it is. I'm excited to see Granny. Are you just excited to see Granny?
Excitement isn't the word I would use.
That's fair. That's fair.
Granny is a very powerful person in this town. She controls most of it. She's not one to cross, and if she has something for us, we're wise to listen to it. She generally pays those who help her fairly well, and she takes care of her people, but don't get on her bad side.
Yeah, that's a good idea for not having a bad side, but I feel like we are on the good side. I don't know.
For
Should
now.
we be afraid?
No, she and I left on good terms last I knew.
Very well.
The whole time this conversation is going on, Laz is not trying to not like offend the fact that they have been brought this huge spread of food, and is like picking at the odd piece of bacon or breaking a small piece off of a roll and dipping it into gravy and eating it, but is completely distracted and not paying attention to anything being said.
Brika also would have watched until everybody got their food, and then like she basically would have took the entire bowl or whatever of cream and fruit, and that's all she's eating. and pretty much mostly the cream, while not really paying attention to the conversation that Dreft and Sarek are having.
What about Nan?
As usual, Nan will watch while everyone else gets their food first and kind of watch them for a couple of minutes and then get a little bit of each of the things, eating cautiously, kind of watching around, trying to pay attention to surroundings. She's hesitant in new places. She's also making a very, very concentrated effort today to not look at Dreft.
And so your meal will transpire. The food, delicious as always. Very delectable. The atmosphere, cheerful, boisterous. There's laughter, there's singing. The world inside Eat Here is a world of mirth. And after a suitable amount of time, the waiter will come. She's ready.
Sarek will dab his mouth with his napkin, place it down, and are we ready? Shall we?
Sipping coffee. Yeah, I think it is
Yes.
time.
Brika is licking cream off of her fingers. She's like, yeah. Okay.
I guess if there's no getting around it. I don't have ink on my face this time, do I?
No, dear.
No, my
It's
dear,
fine.
you are.
You're led through the winding thoroughfare of the tables into the kitchen, into a back door that you would think would enter into an alleyway, but instead delves down a set of winding stairs, torches every 5 feet. You are brought into a room with 5 sarcophagi on the floor, each crypt an actual crypt. Inscriptions of the departed at the foot of each. The 5th one, the hobbit will go and make a hand sign at the inscription and then touch it. The sound of stone, grating stone as it slides away, opening another stairwell. delving deeper into these catacombs, these last resting place of the dead, you will see in the walls skeletal remains as the walls have worn away, revealing those that were too poor to have such luxurious accommodations such as crypts. You will come out on a platform overlooking 4 large circles splattered with blood, dried from ages gone. At this point, you will be led across the platform to a single wooden door. The waiter will knock 3 times, knock twice, knock 3 times again. Open the door and step away to allow you to enter.
Given the nature of the things they're seeing along the route, Nan is probably going to stay close to whoever's closest to her that's not Draft.
Sarek will probably be leading, and he's tier above board. Is this about standard procedure?
Yes.
He will walk in.
I will follow behind. Draft will follow behind Sarek.
Brika will walk in.
Laz looks back at Nan, offers a hand. Ready.
Don't have much choice, I guess. Take their hand and step in.
Well, in comparison to the macabre that you have seen, this is a place of serenity. The smell of warm cinnamon and brown sugar dance to your nostrils. The light, soft, welcoming, inviting. The office, for it is an office, filled with couches and overstuffed chairs. There is a large stone desk in the center, and behind it, a woman of mature age, white hair pulled back tightly into a bun, thin black spectacles perched on the nose as keen eyes watch each of you enter. The lady is wearing a simple black dress with a white apron tied at the waist. There is a plate of those chocolate chip cookies on the desk. To the untrained eye, it is so inviting. But you all have been through a lot, so I'll ask each of you to make perception check. Brika.
Oh, sorry, 23.
Drift.
14.
Laz.
19.
Nan.
5, but new places always make Nan very nervous.
And Sarek.
18.
Sarek, Laz, and Brika, you would notice the traditional murder holes along the tops of the walls every 5 feet. You would know that archers stand with either longbows or crossbows ready should you step out of line with their beloved granny. She will smile, a genuine smile as you enter. Sarek the Blade, how long it has been.
Sarek will step in front of the desk and take a knee and kind of bow. It's been too long, dear Granny. How are you?
Oh, Granny is good. Would you like a cookie? And she'll slide the plate towards you.
Oh, yes, I would love some. And he'll take the plate and offer a cookie to the rest of everyone else first.
Draft will immediately walk up very politely and be like, "Thank you for some cookies this morning." And he'll take a cookie.
I make them myself, you know. As you get older, you sleep less, and well, one has needs to fill the time.
Puts the plates on. Yes, and they're oh so delicious. So, how are things been?
Oh, things are as they have always been. The world turns, but Port Bloodgut remains untouched by their politics. Well, until now. And her countenance will change. You were here not long ago, heading into the swamp.
Yes, we stopped in for a few minutes. We were on a mission of sorts.
Yes. And in that mission, you hired Jafar?
Jacques.
Jacques. Oh. Oh! It was only Jacques that died. Oh, that is a horse of a different color.
Jacques died.
To
Oh,
be
he was
fair,
eaten.
we didn't know. He disappeared in the night. We weren't sure. We did look for him.
I still have his stuff.
You may keep it, child.
Okay.
It is what came after that I am concerned with. There was a vanisher and 3 hunters that came looking for you, Sarek.
A vanisher? Would he know what a vanisher is?
Yes. For those at home that don't know, a vanisher is a creature that's born with a natural anti-magic field around them. They are used as the anti-mage. They are also leaders of death squads from Iron Sage.
When you say hunters, Granny, what do you mean?
She will regard you, trying to decide how best to answer. She will quirk an eyebrow for a few moments. The Guild of Hunters, the ones that hunt down what they call blight on the world. Individuals such as myself and dear Sarek here, as I am, unfortunately, actually a tiefling. Sarek here is dragonborn. Our kind is not readily available around the world. They hunt, and they hunt often. Anything that is different.
Oh, for a moment I thought you meant blood hunt.
Oh no, the Bloodbought are doing their own crusade.
At the initial mention of hunters, Nan, who is still holding on to Laz's hand, would have tightened up or tensed up just a bit.
Laz just looks with eyes and then right back as if nothing happened.
Pardon my companions, Granny. They have not been out in this world much. But a vanisher, I am rather perplexed. I know nothing of anything I did in Iron Sage would have warranted a vanisher.
So you have gone and come again. Where do you head, Sarek the Blade?
Actually, we currently are seeking passage to Iron Sage.
Running into the Devil's Den. That is very brave. There is another matter, however. A matter that falls under my domain. She will sigh. Do you remember the Golden Heart?
His countenance will become serious and rather dark. Yes, I do. It was a rather unfortunate incident on all sides.
I'm afraid the incident has become more unfortunate. You see, that individual has a brother who demands satisfaction. You know the code. It can only be settled in the pit. Or I dole out justice, and we both know, Sarek, that we don't want that to happen.
Who is this brother?
His name is Tayman. For those taking notes, Tayman.
I assume he is nearby.
He is currently being preoccupied. I did not wish for him to be causing a ruckus at the breakfast rush by seeing you and your friends.
Fair enough. I assume you want to have it tonight.
There's a unusual stipulation, Sarek.
Hmm.
He has paid the blood price. Sarek would know that the blood price means that he is paid to fight in the pit to the death, as Granny does not usually allow fights to go beyond that of first blood or for an opponent to be rendered unconscious. The blood price is a very steep price to pay, but it cannot be ignored, as is the law of the underground.
I see.
What does this what does that mean?
It means I am to fight him to the death. We will both enter the arena, and only one of us will walk out. It is not a. It is a very rare thing to happen here, and it costs a high price to fight one of these. We generally only fight to unconsciousness or first blood, depending on the stipulations of the fight. I've only fought one other like this. Was part of the reason why I left.
I could not deny him. You openly admitted when you apologized for his brother's death, Sarek.
Like I said, it was an unfortunate evening all around.
I believe it to be an accident, as do most. But you know the laws of our ways are the laws of our ways. But I am not uncaring. Regardless of what happens, you and your friends or your friends will have passage to Vern Dathar so that you may travel to the Lion's Den. Consider it a gift.
I appreciate that. It will be a wonderful spectacle tonight. Before we go, since you seem to be apprised of the goings on in the world, did you happen to catch why the Vanisher and the Hunters were looking for me or for us?
Win the fight, and that will be your prize.
Always a pleasure, Granny. Always a pleasure.
He was always one of the good ones, Sarek. You may leave the same way you came, and know that while you're here, no malice will befall you on the streets. You have my hand upon you. Just don't do anything foolish.
I will do my best. Thank you for the hospitality. As always, it's been excellent.
She will knock on the desk 3 times. The knocking will echo on the door. A moment will pass, and you will hear that 3 knocks, 2 knocks, 3 knocks. The door will open. The waiter that guided you to this meeting, waiting to guide you back.
When they get out into the hallway, Brika is like, for her, she's usually very stoic faced, but she is visibly upset. She's gonna kind of grab Sarek's arm and wait. She has her cards out and she's gonna hold them out and she's like, cut the deck. She's not asking, she's just like, cut the deck.
And he will cut the deck.
And there's no flourish like normal. She's not doing any of the illusion or anything to make it look like anything special. She just does a knock 3 times on the top and flips the first card.
Roll a d20.
That is a natural 20.
I will not make everyone earmuff for this, but Brika will be able to expand or divulge as they see fit. You will see death. It stands behind Sarek. It stands waiting patiently, sigh raised high. You will see Sarek covered in blood. But in those eyes, you will see the determination of life.
It's basically she sees the same thing she saw previous.
Similar, yes.
Similar, but it's along the same vein. She's visibly shaken, but she's going to look up at Sarek, and Sarek, she's going to actually make eye contact, which with her is like next to nothing, never happens. You need to be on your guard. And whatever it is that you have, wherever in your heart, in your soul, that will give you what you need to carry it close.
Thank you, dear Brika, but I'll be fine.
She steps like right up and she just looks Sarek right in the eye. No. Dig deep. Pull your resources. And allow whatever you have deep inside that can give you the power that you need to come forth. And she'll step back.
He'll just smile quietly at you and say, oh, I do not intend to lose. That's a different thought. Shall we? We have a draft. You wanted to go shopping?
Yeah, definitely. I need to get some new supplies.
Oh, good. Shall we? I'm sure there's the general store we stopped at would have some. I think we should probably pick up tents while about. I'm getting rather tired of just lying on the ground.
And if we can find a magic vendor.
There was that one before, although Dreft can't go in. For some reason, he didn't like Dreft.
It wasn't just Dreft, but that's where I would need to go.
I would like to find armor.
Tyr, at this point, are we still inside the hallways and whatnot, or if we made it outside.
No, you've made it outside by this point.
Nan will finally let go of Laz's hand, realizing that she's probably been holding on a little tight. Sorry about that. As Mina says, we need a jeweler. She needs diamonds. Diamonds, really? All right.
Diamonds always were a druid's best friend.
I suppose.
Gentlemen prefer druids. Elizabeth Taylor walks in. These have always brought me luck.
But on a
You
twist,
know, that is something that you have to be a certain age to understand. If you don't get it, you don't get it.
No.
on a twist,
no.
on a twist, it's actually Liz Taylor from American Horror Story Hotel season walks in.
Hmm.
All right, so where shall we go first, my shoppers?
If I remember geography, the general store is kind of the center of town.
Yes, it is.
And it was very close to Eat Here.
Yep.
The general store will find a elderly gentleman seeming to be having a conversation with themselves. No, I don't regret selling the bookstore. I'm much happier dealing in general goods. I get to see a lot more customers. Welcome. Brika, with your cloak, you see the invisible.
Mm-hmm.
You will see a 4-inch tall sprite on the counter. Now, what was you saying, Drift? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, he's just saying, hello there.
How can I serve you? Yes, I'm getting to that part. How can I serve you today?
Well, I am in need of, well, do you sell... This is very awkward, you see, because in my line of work, I could just go up to somebody and say, hey, do you have a poisonous kit? But see, you seem like a good guy, and you wouldn't sell that sort of thing.
He pulls out a box and sets it on the counter.
Good man. Now, you wouldn't happen to have also a disguise kit as well to go with this?
Pulls out another box.
Ah, perfect. Okay, let's see. Poisonous kit, it's a disguise kit. Let's see. Let's see if you could be a little more exotic, shall we? So let's see. Do you have perhaps specific poisons that I might be able to buy underneath the counter of some sort?
We got one. It was ordered but was never picked up. They will set it on the counter. Midnight Blossom.
What is this? Exciting. And he will very carefully pick it up with the hand of knows what he's picking up and doing. What is this? What's this does? It's a little beauty.
So, Midnight Blossom, or also known as Midnight Tears, once ingested at the stroke of midnight, the one that has consumed it must make a Constitution saving throw or take 96 poison damage.
This is a very potent poison. Okay. Before I get a hold of myself, I must ask. So this little poison, it's a poisonous kit and the disguise kit. How much do you need?
75 gold.
Oh, that's a bingo! Yes, we will definitely take that price. I am also going to need, what do you think? Weeks worth of food for everyone? I'm running only about medium on the food. Do you think that we should get some food while we are here?
Because Drift is buying poison, Nan is side-eyeing him hard.
If you glance at Sarek is giving you the hard, cold stare.
What?
Laz is digging in their backpack and has pulled back out all of the rations that you've handed Laz over the last week. I still have all of these. And some more besides. I don't.
But-
is fair, thanks. That is
but-
fair, and I won't buy any more for you. But
Tents?
what is these looks? What are these looks? Why are you not looking at me? What?
I think I'll purchase my own rations. Thank you.
I purchased the rations last time. Why is it? What is the conundrum?
I didn't trust you before you said you were planning on betraying us. You think I'm gonna trust you now? You weaselly little thing.
Whoa! That's high. That is very, very hurtful. I have come clean and honest about just about everything in my whole life, except for the secrets that I hold dearly in the nighttime. But we are friends. I've
No.
saved your life. I've helped feed you. These are what friends do, yeah?
We're people who have to work together and travel together. I am not your friend.
But okay then. I will need I will need about a week's worth of food for myself. I added on to the 75.
That'll be another 10.
Oh, 85 altogether, yeah?
Yes.
Do you know anyone that's a good armorer and or like weaponsmith?
Old Job, best armorer you'll find on Morton's Deep.
Perfect. And he'll scoop up his belonging, the things that he's just purchased, and put them into his bag of holding. And it says, "I will wait outside for the rest of you." And he'll go outside and wait for the rest of you.
Nan would like to purchase a week's worth of rations.
10 gold.
She will pay the 10 gold. Do you sell healing potions at all by chance?
Oh, you'll have to talk to the gentleman, lady, person under the hill for that.
Under the hill.
Yeah, you can't miss it. Go to the north end of town. Under a hill, you'll see the shop that's literally called Under the Hill.
All right then. Yeah, I'm getting to that. Jeez. Do you know a jeweler who might sell diamonds?
You're looking for diamonds.
Yeah.
Well, you can speak to the individual that resides under the hill, or you can talk to Mad Maggie, the herbalist.
I'll start with the person under the hill.
You see, we don't do a lot of jewelry here in Bloodgut. Everything is respected.
I'm not looking for jewelry, actually. It's spell components.
Oh, well, in that case, yes. Under the Hill would be the one to go to.
All right then. And while the others make their purchases, she's going to kind of root in her bag and see if there's anything else she needs to buy.
Tents.
Tents.
More tents, yes.
How many tents do you need?
2. I think Greft had 2. Is that my recollection?
Greft has the single 2-person tent.
Single 2-person. So 3.
That'll be 30 gold.
Done.
Now, these are not alligator proof, but they will keep the rain out.
They make alligator-proof tents?
No, they don't. I wish they did.
Okay.
Thank you. And I collect up the 3 tents, and I walk outside to Dreft. Pardon me, but could we put these in your bag?
Oh yeah, I will
I
definitely.
bought tents for the rest of the party.
Oh yeah, yeah. So we are friends. That is something that I will do for you. You can keep your tents in my bag.
Thank you.
Um,
Is everyone finished at the general store?
before Brika leaves, somebody could still be in there or not. She's just gonna kind of stop at the counter for a second. She's gonna pull out the cookie from Granny's because she never ate the one that they were given in the office, and she's gonna snap off a little piece and set it on the counter. And she's gonna look at the gentleman at the counter for your friend, and she's gonna turn around and walk out because she didn't tell anybody else that there was a Sprite sitting there. She thought it was quite humorous.
The Sprite will bless you. You get a D8 that you can use as inspiration to add to any roll.
Yay!
It lasts for 24 hours. At this point, we need to take a break. I need to take some pain medicine. I am in major pain tonight. And then we will come back, continue shopping, and see if the blood bought price is worth it. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes, guys. And we're back. Thanks so much for hanging out while we got our beverage of choice, our snickety snacks. Oh, we are in Port Bloodgut. The party had visited with Granny to find out that individuals were hunting Sarek, or maybe Sarek and friends. Granny said that she would give what they were after as the reward if Sarek wins the fight of satisfaction for the death of someone he inadvertently caused. The fight is scheduled for that night, but for now, the party is shopping to handle what business they must as they prepare to head from the shores of Morton Deep to Vern Dathar to the kingdom of Iron Sage. So you have just left the general store. What would you like to do?
Draft will have a moment where like, oh, fun moment, and he'll rush back into the store and he'll take out Jacques' backpack and be like, "Dear General Storeman, how much will you take for this backpack and the contents?"
I'll give you 10 gold.
Perfect. It's less things that I have to worry about and carry. He takes the 10 gold for it.
All right.
And
While
then
they're
comes back out.
Sorry. While they're standing outside, Nan is gonna look to Sarek. So you're familiar with the Iron Sage Hunters?
A little bit, generally by rumor only. I didn't work long at Iron Sage.
I've never been there, but I've heard the rumors from the sailors and my grandfather. Is it true that they'll hunt down anything or anyone they think is different or unnatural?
Mostly. So the rumors say. I'm more worried about the Vanisher. That's a rather unusual being to send after me or us.
Tyr, would Nan have ever heard of a Vanisher?
Oh, yes.
I don't like the sound of a Vanisher being out looking for you or us. Nasty things.
I mean, we are, as a group, somewhat unnatural. Also, this. I wonder if it has to do with profit.
Sorry,
And,
you cut out for me.
I wonder if it has to do with the prophecy and us talking to the well.
Again, I question the well, but that is something we should discuss in private.
I would like to find this Job.
Ah, yes. Some armor. Armor might not be a bad idea.
After that, could we find the under the hill place she talked about? Or
Yes.
he talked about?
Yes.
Job is not hard to find. It is the only armoring, weaponing, blacksmithy period in Blood Gulch. There is, as always, a group of people there clamoring for Job's attention. You find that your wait is extenuating, but not excruciating. And before long, it is your turn to speak with Job.
Hello, dear Job.
Greetings.
Yeah, what can I do for you?
I am looking for a heavy crossbow, a scimitar, about 3 daggers, and 10 darts. And then I am also looking for probably about 2 things of bolts for the crossbow. Ooh, and if you have a hand crossbow, that would be a bonus. Nice bingo.
That'll be 375 gold.
You've got it.
Take the ticket over to my apprentice. They'll outfit you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hello, Mr. Job.
Howdy.
I am looking for to upgrade my armor to something a bit more robust. Bonus points if you have something magically endowed or perhaps of an exotic metal.
Above table, he has a +1 set of chainmail. That's the only magically endowed that he has.
Do you have anything in half plate?
Got normal half plate.
And here I'm I'm doing a quick comparison above table between those.
Chainmail will get you an AC. Chainmail +1 and get you an AC of 17. Half plate's an AC of 15.
Oh, you said chain mail tier
Yes.
or chain shirt?
Chain
Chainmail.
shirt.
Okay, chain shirt. So +1 chain shirt would be a 14. No, I think I will stick with the heavy plate. I'll just take the normal stuff then if you have.
All right. 50 gold. See the man at the counter. Hand you a ticket.
Very good. Can I sell this shirt of chain?
The boy will buy it.
Perfect.
Sarek will step up. Greetings, Job. Seems I have a date in the pits tonight. I might want to upgrade my chainmail to something a little more protective. Do you have anything in my size?
Well, what are you looking for exactly?
Something either in the splinted or even full plate if you have it.
Full plate will cost you 400.
That will be acceptable.
Hand you the ticket. Cost me $50 the last time I saw you in the pit. You'll hear that mumbling under your breath. The boy will buy your armor for 15 gold lock.
Roger that.
Y'all will get your stuff.
Oh, once I get to the boy, I'll realize I didn't ask much. I don't suppose you have any magical shields in stock, do you?
No.
Too bad. Thank you. Laz takes a minute to gear up in the new armor, and then is testing it out, stretching and moving in it. Bloody hell, this is more like it. Yeah. All right, let's go.
Sarek will take his armor and look at draft, my boy. Do you think you can hold on to this till I can change it later tonight?
Yes, that is what I would do for a friend, of course.
Right, we need to go to the north side of town, and see a man about some gems under the hill.
Yes, and is the herbalist shop close by? She would probably be the best place to see about tea.
Are you asking this of
Just
Anyone particular? Or?
she's just asking in general. When he said something about going to Under the Hill, she would have responded yes, and herbalist shop if we know where it's at.
A dwarf passing by will overhear and be, "Oh, Mad Maggie, down the end of the road. You can't miss it."
Excuse me, Mr. Dwarf. I'm wondering if you might know where a specialty clothing shop might be. I need a coat and a sling for my crossbow.
General store.
Oh, wasn't perfect. You go all do whatever you're doing. I will go head back to the general store, and then we meet back at Granny's at Eat Here. Yeah.
Sounds
If you think it is wise to split up, I mean, Granny did say we are under her hand, so you should be safe enough, I suppose.
Then perfect. It's a bingo. I will see you at Eat Here. He'll go head back to the general store.
All right. We'll go first to Under the Hill. The location literally under a large hill, dimly lit, shelves lining the walls containing different knicks, knacks, baubles, and vases. A cloaked and gloved creature behind the counter. How can I help you?
Tyr, you said creature. What can we see?
No, you can't.
Oh, we can't see them at all.
No.
Nan will stay back from the counter. I'm sorry. I was told you were the one to see about maybe some healing potions and some diamonds for spell component.
Well, that'll depend. What kind? I've got normal healing potions. A group of hunters came through and got on my greater ones, and they will set 6 bottles up on the counter.
Is that a group of hunters?
Yeah, came through not long ago.
Hmm. How much for the 6 regular healing potions?
Oh, you're gonna make me do math. 300 gold for 6 of them.
Out of curiosity, do you sell the components to make more?
I do.
How much would it be for the supplies?
25 gold a potion.
I'll take enough to make 4 more.
All right. They'll set a big bag of gem dust on the counter. And you said you needed diamonds. What are you needing diamonds for, Terry?
Or in case they fall.
How many?
How many do you have?
Well, I've got hundreds. How many do you need?
I think I need to have at least 3. They need to be worth 300 gold piece to piece.
They will set 3 beautifully large diamonds on the counter.
Nan will kind of nod at them, pay the gold.
The gloved hands will take the gold.
As Nan is putting it on the counter, you can see her hand is visibly shaking. She's quite nervous.
Okay. The individual doesn't react.
All right. And she will collect the things she's purchased, put them in her backpack.
Anyone else have business?
Brika would step up. She's got her component pouch, and she's just, like last time, needing some more components. But I have some questions for you, too.
And what questions might that be?
I need alterations made to this robe, and she's gonna kind of like, look down at the robe of eyes. Do you know who I would talk to?
Depending on the alterations, I could do it.
She's gonna kind of look around. Is anybody but our party and the shopkeep the ones in the shop right now?
No,
So there's nobody else, or no, there are others.
nobody else.
Okay. She's gonna kind of lean closer to him. She's like, I need a gusset or something opening in the back that can be hidden, that can allow my wings out when I need my wings out.
That'll be about 1,200 gold. And I'll need it overnight.
I figured as much. She's gonna look at him and she's gonna smile. And, well, I have 700. But I could also read your fortune.
I can. Oh,
She's gonna hold her finger up to Laz for a second.
I do not want my fortune read.
Oh, come on, everybody wants to know their fortune.
No, I do not.
Not even from a fae?
Especially from a fae.
Oh, why not?
You know why.
She's gonna kind of smirk a little bit, and she's just gonna say, come on. It's a good barter.
Give me a persuasion check. Disadvantage.
That's hilarious. It's 21. I rolled a 15 twice.
I'll do it for the 700 if you just get the hell out of my shop.
Some people are so scared for no reason. Can you also tell me where I can find fortune tea?
That would be Mad Maggie's.
She's gonna give him a wink, and she's gonna just tell him, give me just a moment. And she's gonna step off to the side behind one of the shelves so that she can take off the robe.
Okay.
And when she steps back out from behind the shelf, she's just wearing a plain, blackish gray cloak. Still covered, still has a hood, still covers her pretty much all the way down to the ground, but you can see a little bit, it closes in the front, you can see a little bit of what looks like just a plain white shirt. And she'll hand him the robe of eyes, and please be careful with it.
Of course.
One last thing, one last question, and I'll leave you alone since, we don't seem to be on friendly terms. Where can one get, and I know I'm going to say it wrong, she stops to think, bear tattoo? Something about giving armor without armor?
A barrier tattoo.
Oh, okay.
You'd need a specialist for that. There's none here in Bloodgut.
Do you know of any anywhere?
Well, I'm sure there's some out in the world, but
You don't
I
know.
stick to my own.
I can see that. Thank you.
All right. Any other business in Under the Hill?
Yes, Sarek's gonna put 10 gold on the counter. So, what did those hunters want? Did they say anything before they left?
Make a persuasion check.
Five.
They will take the gold, pocket it. Just that they was hunting a dragonborn and some elves.
thank you. That's rather informative. And he'll walk out with everyone else at that point. When he steps outside, he'll turn to everybody. The Vanisher and the Hunters were after all of us, not just me.
Well, that's not comforting.
At least they think
No.
they're looking for a Dragonborn and a bunch of elves.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we can't exactly make ourselves look like something else.
It would be a little rough. Shall we find Maggie's?
Yeah.
Entering Mad Maggie's, you will see a woman dressed in long flowing skirts and a soiled white tunic, their hands covered in dirt and partial mud, their hair stringy and a mess. There on the counter next to them will be a taxidermied cat, missing some of its fur. Welcome, welcome. What can I do for you?
Yes, mistress. I'm looking for Fortune's tea, and I was told you would be the one to come to for that.
Copper a pouch, copper a pouch. Bad kitty, bad, bad. And she will begin smacking the cat. Bad, bad kitty, bad kitty.
Can I get 5 pouches? And do you have any cinnamon sticks and honey?
5 pouches of what?
The Fortune's tea.
Yes, it's a silver a pouch.
Well, you just said a copper.
Is it a copper? Is it? She will look to the cat.
And Brika will just be like, it's okay. She will hand the woman 5 gold. 5 pouches of Fortune's tea, some cinnamon sticks, and some honey if you have it.
She will stare at the gold for a few minutes. Hi, welcome to Maggie's. How can I help you?
Fortune's tea? 5 pouches?
5 copper. And she will go to the counter, lay the gold on it, forget the gold is there, and gather your tea.
Do you have any cinnamon sticks and honey?
Oh, yes, yes, yes. And she will grab a big handful of cinnamon sticks and a big jar of honey.
Thank you. And you said that'd be 5 copper?
What'll be 5 copper, dear?
The tea, the honey, and the cinnamon sticks.
I don't want to buy them, thank you.
No, I'm buying them.
You are? From
Yes.
whom? You look around.
Why, from you, mistress. Did you not make the tea to sell?
Yes, I did. We'll call it 10 silver and be good.
Okay. And she's gonna grab that gold, the 5 gold, and she's gonna slide it across the counter. This is for you and the cat.
He's been such a bad kitty. And she will start berating the cat again, picking it up and throwing it across the room.
Brika's just gonna watch the whole thing and just kind of be like, okay, thank you. She's gonna try to take her tea, honey and cinnamon.
And you will be able to leave without further interruptions from Maggie.
With the tea, honey, and cinnamon?
Yes.
I had to ask. It's sad that that woman should have somebody with her.
I tried to buy tea from her once when I was here last. I ended up going down to the general store. Their tea is...
Fortune's tea, when you can find it, is some of the best. Well, it's the best to tell fortunes with, but it has... It's It is one of the finest, maltiest black teas ever. It's almost like drinking your breakfast.
Breakfast.
And look at Dan for a second. And I remembered the other night, and I got you some cinnamon sticks for yours.
I was going to try to buy some. And watching her interact with you, I was a little concerned.
Ah.
And she was so turned around, she had me turned around.
Madness of old age. I've seen it once before. Or it's the madness of potions. Or a combination. Either way, it's kind of sad she's been left to her own devices with nothing but a stuffed cat.
So you all have managed to pass a couple of hours. What would you like to do?
I guess it's time to go meet up with our friend, Dreft.
Yeah, he just went back to the general store and wanted to get a coat with lots of pockets and straps in it so that he can put daggers and darts in it, and then wants a sling so that he can attach it to the heavy crossbow so that he can basically quick change if he needs to.
It's just going to be a couple of gold.
That's fine. Basically makes it so that when he has to do the whole I drop the weapon out of my hands and pull a new weapon, this crossbow doesn't clamber to the ground. It just, like a quick access sling would slide down.
I believe we're to meet him at Eat Here, and it looks like it's almost time for lunch.
I wonder if they'll have more fruit and cream. And she's gonna kind of do, like, she kind of rubs her hands a little bit.
You like fruit and cream?
Apparently. It's something I haven't had until very recently, but every bite tastes like a memory. It tastes like something that I should know.
Right, does anyone else need to go in there before we go get lunch? Lads, you've been kind of quiet. Did you need anything else?
I do not need much. I'm sorry, I've been very distracted.
What's bothering you?
Odd memories this morning. That's all.
I understand.
Hmm.
If you decide you want to talk, I'm happy to
Perhaps.
listen. But I'm not going to press you. Your business is yours.
Thank you.
Making your way to Eat Here, it is twice the amount of people that were there for breakfast. You are led to a special booth that is closed off from the rest of the area. I need everyone to make perception checks as you walk through, though.
If it's super crowded like that, Nan will very, very, very carefully stay close to everyone.
Okay. Brika.
That was a 25.
Dreft.
Use of perception.
Yes, please.
Okay. It's 12.
Laz.
17.
Nan.
Another 5, because I rolled another 1 with that die, so it's now in timeout.
And Sarek.
I also rolled a 12.
Everyone but Nan will overhear snippets of conversations talking about the upcoming fight that night. Brika will hear the words, "Did you see that Goliath? He's as big as a fucking house. And they're fighting to the death.
She's gonna she shivers a little, but she shakes it off and continues walking to the table they're being led to.
A waiter will come and hand you each menus, as is customary. The menus will say breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Why do they even give us a menu if the options are breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
Maybe you want breakfast at lunchtime.
The halfling will clear the throat. Milady will bow gracefully. It is all a part of the decorum.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm not too familiar.
We want you
I'm
to
not.
have an elegant experience at Eat Here.
She'll kind of look at her frumpy clothing and look back at him. I guess I'm just not used to fine things.
You know, he will step closer. If I had a lady like you, I would give her only the finest things.
Her eyes are going to go kind of wide. That sounds very nice.
Does it? He will smile. I get off at 7 if you would like to have some wine and discuss.
No, I really need to stay close to this lot. But thank you.
I'll see you later. And we'll scurry off.
She's going to kind of sink down in the chair.
See,
What do I do?
Making friends isn't that hard.
Friend's my arse. I don't think he wants to be friendly.
Oh, I'm fairly sure he wants to be
he was
really friendly.
He wants
That
to be
was
very
No, that's my point.
yeah.
I don't even know him.
You never know. He could be a good chap.
Besides, I shouldn't stray too far from you lot.
Oh, I'm sure you'll have reserved seating for the festivities tonight.
Oh, I can't be too far from you. What if you need Asmina?
Yasmina will not be allowed to interfere tonight.
She won't be allowed to hear you.
No.
But like the realization that how serious this is kind of hitting her. But we need you here.
Like I said, I don't intend to lose tonight.
Intent is only a part of it. Surely if we explain to Granny what's going on.
No, this goes beyond Granny at this point, or at this point it's too late to back out. I've agreed to the bout.
And we can't help, but we're supposed to just sit there and watch him beat the hell out of you.
Hey,
Boy, have a little faith in him. He's not bad. Seen him fight.
At the change in Laz's voice, Brika is gonna kind of look
yep, we're all gonna
side,
look. What?
but she's not
you
gonna
guys
say
are-
anything. She's just gonna kind of like raise an eyebrow.
You all look at him. Nan does not seem to be bothered at all by the change in voice.
Thank you, Laz. I appreciate the vote of confidence.
Too right.
Sorry.
Speaking of,
I guess optimism isn't exactly my strong suit.
there is a reason I left the pits. It's because of this style of fight to begin with. The last time, I almost didn't walk out. I like to be alive to spend my money, and I intend to, tomorrow morning, have breakfast here. With you lot. Speaking of friends, Draft,
Yeah.
Because we are friends and we've spent some time together, I must ask what you intend to do with that poison and other accoutrements you have acquired.
Oh, I'm sorry, this throat of mine. No, it's just basic. You know how you carry a sword and you carry armor. Well, I carry a sword, I carry armor, I carry poison, I carry a crossbow, I carry bolts because in my profession, or what was going to be my profession before I decided to become an exchange student, was well a little bit into the military. It's very hard, these words. Material. I was going onto a military school, and so the sections that I was going to be in was more of the sneaky, stabby, get into rooms they're not supposed to be into so that you can pour a very tiny vial into somebody's cup and leaves the room not even noticed. So,
Hmm. I don't care for that profession.
I could see why. Your profession is more of punchy, smacky, I'm in front of your face, and I am more of sneaky up behind you and stabby you in the back. We are
Honestly,
the same coin, just different sides.
No, your profession is about killing the innocent.
I must interrupt for a moment. I do not wish to stop the RP because it is actually splendid, but I need everyone to please make a wisdom saving throw.
uh-oh. By the way, while that was happening, Nan totally mumbled under her breath, "Oh, so you're going to be a professional backstabber then?"
All right, Brika.
9.
Dreft.
6.
Laz.
Blackjack, 21.
Nan.
20.
And Sarek.
18.
All right, please resume your conversation.
Where was it? Oh, yes, as I was saying, yes.
The
No, you're-
innocent?
Yes.
No, I always had the airs that I was going to be used for some political games. So therefore, it would not be for, it would be for protection of the realm and not for the hiring of blood money, if you will. But then I decided to become an archaeologist, and that's why I came to this plane. So, shrug.
I think I preferred you as an archaeologist.
Decided if I prefer that too. It's been a while since I've had to try and sneak up on someone. I don't even know if I can remember how to do it.
You could see the very troubled look across his face.
But again, don't worry. I'm not going to betray any of you. You all are well, some of you are my friends and some of you are work associates, but there is a bond there that I will not cross. Especially now that I have a clear head and an open mind.
I was going to say, you seem a little different. I figured you'd be a little more downtrodden with the loss of your mistress. You're
Oh,
very much infatuated with her.
I think part of that was partially her magics and maybe partially because I was lonely, but who knows? I don't. All I know is that now all of those emotions are in a box on a shelf, and now we don't have to talk about the shelf anymore. Oh, look, lunch.
And just as on time, a banquet of regal variety will be brought. The waiter will look to you, Sarek. Last meal, just in case.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
He will then look to you, Nan. I change shifts. I get off at 6.
Sorry, I'm awful busy. The fights and all.
Well, I'll be there too. Perhaps we can sit together.
Just gonna scoot closer to Laz. I already promised to sit with them. I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't mind sharing. The more the merrier.
As soon as he turns to walk away, she's like gonna put her forehead on the table. She's like thunk. A total head.
Oh
death.
no, he's still standing there.
Oh shit. Just gonna awkwardly look at her food and start eating.
I believe Granny has seats for us.
Well, I'll see you there. He will click and make finger guns, thinking he is very suave, and strut away.
I don't know, Nan. I think he really likes you.
It's just I'm sure you've noticed I'm a bit awkward.
I think that's
No,
what he
you
likes.
seemed a very natural flirt. You engaged him quite well. Congratulations on finding a potential mate.
Your sarcasm's getting much better.
Oh, yes. Sarcasm.
If you catch it, you glance over at Sarek, and as soon as he sees you look at him, he stops giggling and starts eating his food very pointedly.
All right. Is there anything else that you wish to transpire before the fight?
Not that I can think of.
All right. The time will pass until the sun sets. You all will be escorted to your seats. You will have front row seats there looking down into the circular pit that is blood-stained. Sarek, you are brought into the antechamber to be prepared. The mages determining that there is no spells upon you. They allow you to keep your weapon, which is odd because it's a magic weapon. The blood price must have been high. The cleric will administer last rites, anointing your head. And Granny will be there, giving you a pinch of the cheek and wishing you good luck.
Yes, before he came down, he would have retrieved his new armor from Dreft to put that on and exchanged out and handed him his chainmail.
Okay, go ahead and make that correction in your character sheet.
Yep.
You want me to hold on to this chainmail for you? Yeah.
Yes, we may need it later, or maybe I'll do a pawn it at another port of call.
It's a good idea.
All right, if you want to join me in Owlbear Rodeo as you're led to the pits, we will go over the rules of the fighting pits as they are homebrewed rules made by yours truly. The way this works is you will roll initiative. Combat will then take turn in that initiative order. During combat, you may attempt to dodge an attack against yourself that has landed a hit by making a dexterity saving throw. If you pass the dexterity saving throw, the hit by up to 5 points, the hit will do half damage. If you surpass 5 points, then the hit will miss. If you fail, the hit will do double damage. You may use all natural abilities known to you. So you can use your second wind, your action surge, that sort of thing. It is a fight to the death. Not to the death save. To the death. You are led out into the fighting pit. The smell of cleaning fluid, blood, and stone, bringing back nostalgic memories. There across from you, a large Goliath carrying a great axe, looking at you with a scowl. I've not forgotten you, Dragonborn. Your line ends here. It is at this time I need everyone but Locke to please earmuff. Laz, once more that voice will come. You are alive. How? Where are you? How can I find you?
I don't know how. Am in Bloodgut. Soon to head for Ironside. I would long to see you. Both of us.
Is that it? All right. I'll bring everyone back now. All right.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
We lost Patrick.
It was Patrick.
You scared them away.
This allows me to ask a very quick above-board question here.
Yes.
The blessing that I got from the sprite, that's like inspiration and stuff like that. It's not transferable. Like, I can't give that to somebody, can I?
No, you cannot.
Okay.
Welcome back, Patrick.
Thank you. I don't know what happened. My computer decided to go, one moment while I do something stupid.
All right. There is a halfling dressed in a beautiful purple suit. Their voice magnified by thaumaturgy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the fight of the era. We have returning the champion, the undefeated Sarek the Blade. There is a mixture of yays and boos coming from the crowd. This fight is a blood-paid fight. Therefore, it is to the death. Do you accept this, Sarek the Blade?
He will step forward very calmly, look at the crowds, look directly at the Goliath in the eyes. This won't bring him back, but very well. I accept.
The challenger, Grom Stoneskull. There is, again, a mixture of cheers and boos. Those of you sitting in the audience will begin to hear bet takers calling odds. So far, it is 3-1 in the Goliath's favor.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find a bet taker.
Okay.
Hey, before you go, here. And Draft hands you 10 gold.
Very well.
What is that you're doing?
Oh, I'm going to place a bet on the fight.
And one for me too, please.
How does that work?
Oh, if Sarek lives, then we will earn quite a bit of money.
Oh. All right.
I'm assured this is the correct way to do things. Yes.
All right. then.
Brika will hand him 200 gold.
So I go find a bet taker, and I'm going to put 10 gold for draft on Sarek. and 200 on Sirik for Brika. And then I'm going to drop 40 platinum on Sirik.
So that's 400.
Yep.
3-1 odds. Bet's locked in. While you're off placing the bet, Laz, Nan, that halfling will appear. Dressed in a V-neck tunic, their chest exposed, their hair freshly slicked back, carrying 2 wooden goblets and a bottle of wine. Well, nice to see you again, mon cher.
I'm sorry. Where I'm from, we don't do a lot of this thing, and I'm not sure. It's just all very awkward.
It doesn't have to be, and he will begin pouring the wine and offer you a goblet.
I'm very sorry. I tried to tell you upstairs. I need to be with them tonight, and I don't know how. I've never been on a date, all right?
They will blush a little. I would love to be your first, but I prefer an experienced woman. Good day, and turn and walk away.
As soon as he walks away, she's kind of like, whew. Thought for sure he wasn't going to believe that.
All right, Sirik, it is time. Please
Sure you don't
roll
want to jump in the
initiative.
pit? 13.
All right. It is your turn, Sirik, as you win the initiative. Getting the jump off the start.
And he's just out of range. Being a little cagey, he's gonna hold action and wait for his opponent to come to him because he's just outside of my movement range. Yeah, I'm measuring between 35 and 40 feet between me and him, so I'm going to stay back and wait for him to come to me.
And come to you, he does. Closing the distance quickly. Go ahead and, since you held your action, do yours. And then we will do the Goliaths.
Okay. We're going to give this a try. He's just going to, as the Goliath charges in at him, he's going to just roar in his face, a deep bass reptilian roar as he let loose with the dragon fear.
All right. Is there a saving throw on that?
I believe DC 12 wisdom.
That is a nat 20. The Goliath will roar in return, swinging their great axe. That is... Hold on, I can math. 16 to hit.
That misses.
Take a second attack. Another 16 to hit. It is your turn.
Weaving in and out, he's going to just step in and return both those shots. The first one, of course, with the fighting spirit to give him advantage on his first attack.
All right.
And 10 hit points. Don't know why I might need that. That was silly. Does a 29 hit?
Yes.
For 16 points of slashing.
All right. Describe the blow.
Stepping back from his 2 axe attacks, he just steps in and just slices straight across the ribs, across the line, the center line, and bring his hand back around for his next shot.
All right.
Does a 21 hit?
21 hits.
For 14 points of slashing.
The cut across the center line, the flipping of the blade to bring it back through, blood appearing on their gray skin. Is that your turn?
Yep, that'll be my turn.
The Goliath will roar and swing at you. That is a 22.
That'll hit.
That is 7 points of damage. The second one, that is a nat 20.
No, it's not. I'm going to use my magic. What's
From the blade?
Yeah, the pace. The what's it called? Reverse the flow. I'm going to reverse the flow on it.
All right, re-rolling. That is a 19.
That'll hit.
That is 17 points of slashing damage. It is your turn.
Taking that heavy hit from the Goliath, he's just going to smile, snarl, and wade back in with 2 more blows of his own. Again, the first one with Indomitable, with Fighting Spirit.
Okay.
$26.
26 will hit.
11 points of slashing.
All right.
25.
25 will hit.
8 points of slashing. I think those dice are going to timeout.
It is now their turn. They will press the attack. That is a crit.
No, I'm going to have to suck that one in. I can't do anything about it.
21 points of slashing damage. That is a critical failure. Their blade falls out of the way, 5 feet away. Those of you in the stands that have accompanied Sarek, you will see that Granny will come and sit amongst you. This is very unusual. She will lean over to you, Drift. Once this is done, win or lose, hurry for the docks. The hunters are back. I can only buy you so much time.
He'll just nod silently and then whisper to Granny, "Thank you for your assistance in this."
Make sure you let the others know, dearie. She will, as a grandmother would, gently pat your hand and then rise and go to sit in her box to watch the rest of the fight.
Who's sitting next to Drift?
That's for y'all to decide.
Probably either me or Brika, I would imagine.
Whoever is sitting next to Drift will just lean over and be like, "After this, we are going to go to the docks. Pass it down to the line."
And yeah, Brika will pass the message on.
Yep.
The docks. Why?
Why are we going to the docks?
She's gonna lean back over. Why are we going to the docks?
Dreft will lean forward and then look down the line to Nan and just shake his head like, what? And then we'll just lean back and will not answer. Just and go back to watching the fight.
All right. Tarek.
Wavering a bit, he's got some deep cuts on his body, scales kind of bruised and battered from these hits. He steps in, 2 more shots, burning his last use of fighting spirit. $21.
21 will hit.
That's max damage for 18 points of slashing damage.
They look hurt.
Second shot.
That is so apropos. I'm
That is
assuming
some
you rolled a
timing.
nat 20.
Why, yes, I did.
You rolled a nat 20 and the sirens went off. That was hilarious. All right, so it's max damage 1 die, plus the roll of the other, plus your modifier.
$28 slashing.
Oof.
They will stumble back, holding onto their chest, their eyes looking glazed. You've been in the pits a long time, sir. What comes next doesn't surprise you. They rage, charging forward with their bare hands. Their first attack. 23.
Hits.
So that'll be 9 points of damage. Second attack. 23 again.
Hit.
Another 9 points of damage. How is Sarek looking right now?
Sarek is looking beat. He's still standing. He's got a slight shift to him. He's taking some damage as his injuries are starting to take its toll, but he's still standing, and he is not backing down.
Ren, if you were saying something, you were muted. The chat said you were muted.
I wasn't saying anything.
Okay. How many above table? How many hit points do you have left, Sarek?
I'm at 22, and I still have to use the second wind, which will probably be coming up next turn.
All right.
Ren, I think it was when you were commenting on the plushie, I think, in the D20 hit, or the nat 20 hit. But we all saw what you said. At least I did.
All right. Go ahead, Sarek. It is your turn.
Bonus action will be to second wind to get 1d10 plus 5 hit points back.
Okay.
He gets back 13 hit points, and then he's going to wade in with 2 more hits with his blade.
Okay.
$27.
27 hits.
12 points of slashing.
All right.
26.
Hits.
for another 12 points of slashing.
They look hurt. They are bleeding profusely, but that rage is burning in their eyes. They are now going to attack you recklessly, which means they will be attacking with advantage, but your next attacks against them will also be with advantage. I rolled 2 14s with their modifier. That's 21.
That hits.
That's 9 points of damage. Second attack will be a dirty 20. Does that hit?
Yes.
That'll be another 9 points of damage. To those of you in the stands, both combatants look bloodied and at death's door.
Nan's going to kind of grip the edge of the seat, and in a strange moment, you'll hear what sounds like a mix of both her voice and Esmina's. This is ridiculous. We should be able to help.
Helping would break the rule. Break the rules would forfeit his life.
I understand.
All right, Sarah, your turn.
Wobbling a bit, seeing 2 Goliaths, but still in there. Waiting with 2 shots just straight, well, with advantage now because he took reckless.
Yep.
$23.
23 will hit.
15 points of slashing.
They will fall, gripping the final wound to their knees, and then face first. I'm going to make their first death save.
Dreft is chanting from the stands, trying to get the chant going to finish him.
Oh, everybody is in a frenzy right now. Sarek, this person is defenseless, laying dying at your feet. What do you do?
You see the snarl on his face of the fight, the bloodlust, as he steps forward and places his blade on the Goliath's neck. But he stops because he is defenseless. He will step back slowly, his blade next to him, not dropping it, and wait.
I will make his next death save. Is it your intention to see if they rise again?
Yes, he will not step in to take the final blow on him when he's defenseless like this.
This is the final. They have 2 failures and 2 passes. This will decide if the wounds already inflicted finish them, or if they stabilize but remain unconscious. You can feel the crossbows trained on you, Sarek. You know that if they live, you lose. The fight is to the death, and you accepted the rules. But it does not matter. I rolled a 1. And with a final life will pass from this world. The crowd will erupt in cheers.
Sarek will fall to his knees at this point and just sit and just breathe for a few minutes as his body is beaten, he is battered, he is spent.
Brika, go ahead, sorry.
The bet taker will come by, giving you 1,200 gold, Laz, 30 to draft, 600 to Brika.
Brika's gonna remember they have the Wispinators, and she's gonna use it and tell Sarek, I know you're hurting, but we've gotta go. Granny came and told Dreft that we need to get to the docks.
With a sigh, very well, I am moving. He will stand up and start looking for his way out, but he will also look for Granny.
As you enter the antechamber where you prepared, staggering, the wounds taking their toll, you came closer to death than you care to admit. Granny will nod. You never fail to disappoint, Sarek. All I can tell you is they're after you because of something that happened in Glandamere. They would not say what, but it was something obviously of grand importance for them to send hunters and a vanisher.
Yes, that might be part of, Shake his head, the reason they're after us. In exchange, I will leave this with you. If you know the name Vashka and Lucius is loose in the world, and he has Vashka's prison.
That is not good news at all.
No, that is part of why we're on the move.
Tell me, Sarek, will a 19 hit?
Just barely, yes.
I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
Blackjack.
21. You will take 6 points of piercing damage as Granny drives a dagger into your chest.
Oof.
You know, Granny, the blade's poisoned. A very potent poison. You will take 8 more points of damage as the world rushes to greet you. And the last thing that you hear in this moment, get them to the ship. As she spits on you. And this is where we're going to take our break.
You
bastard.
Bastards.
That's 3.
Yeah, that's how many hit points I got left.
So we'll be back in 10 minutes. We get our snickety snackses, our beverages of choice. 4, because I got one from the chat. I hope you guys are having fun. I know I am. We'll be back. And we're back. Thanks so much for hanging out while we took our break, got our snickety snacks, our beverages of choice. Let's go ahead and end the raffle, see who won. Siri Cat, you've won the Dice Tower. We will get your shipping information and get that sent out to you ASAP. Before the break, the party had gone shopping. They had then come to the fighting pits where a battle between the Goliath that had been offended, who demanded satisfaction for the death of his brother, faced off against Sarek. Sarek, winning the battle, would be stabbed in the anteroom. I had you roll an insight check on break. You rolled a 17. I need everyone but Raph to earmuff. Raph, you know in her own sick, twisted way, Granny was actually helping you. As you are paralyzed from the poison, they wrap you in a death shroud, place you in a box, and are carrying you to the ship.
Oh, that's all right. Above board, that's humorous as hell. Above board,
right.
Sarek is gonna just not do anything because he's paralyzed and can't do anything anyways.
All right, let me bring everyone back. All right, the fight is over. You all see Sarek go into the anteroom. What are you going to do?
I assume head down to the anteroom to get Sarek and head for the ship.
You find Sarek there, wrapped in a burial shroud, being placed in a box.
Nan runs forward. Nan's going to run forward. Esme! And like basically, she's going to try to get to Sarek to see if she can get a hand on him.
You can get a hand on him.
She's going to cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. He doesn't move.
All right. Let me mark off the spell slot because I did say I was using it.
How many hit points? I'll take the hit points.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Sorry, I gotta find a D8.
Because they dropped the box between there and here, I might actually die.
7.
At this point, who's in control? Esme or Nan?
Esmina is.
Esmina, I'm sorry. Forgive my mispronunciation.
That's all right.
I need Esmina to make a medicine check or an insight check.
So I was gonna ask if I could do one. $21.
They are alive. Their breathing is shallow, but they are paralyzed. It is at this point that the body is placed in the box and the lid sealed. We're taking
No.
the corpse to the ship.
No, I am not done with him. You take that lid. Sorry, wrong voice. I'm not done with him. Take the lid back off.
You don't want that, lady. And they just start walking out.
As
Lay a
they
hand
walk out,
on Esmina's shoulder. I think it's okay. This might be better for him in the long run here.
she's gonna whisper to Laz, he is not dead.
Then once we are on the ship. Yes?
She's gonna nod, close her eyes, open them again, revealing that they are brown now. I don't like this. I don't like whatever this is.
We will not let the box out of our sight. And Laz is going to step up next to the box and walk with them.
Awesome. What are the rest of you doing?
Brika will
Following
start
the
to.
box.
Go ahead. Brika will start to follow, and then she'll stop for a second, and she'll just say, "Shit, my robe." You all follow, and I'll catch up. And when they get outside, she's going to let her. It's night, right?
Yes.
It's evening. She's going to. The cloak she's wearing, she's going to pull it around to the side to let her wings out so that she can fly to the shop under the hill.
All right. What is Dreft doing?
Dreft is following the box.
And Nan?
Nan is following, staying as close as able.
Okay. Brika, you will reach the shop to find that it is closed.
She's gonna like pound the door, look around, see if the dude has like, does he live upstairs, downstairs, at the back, whatever.
After a few moments, a lantern will light in a back room, causing a small bit of light. The door will crack. How may I help you?
I need my robe. I know you said it would be a day, but I need it now.
It is not finished.
If it's wearable, I need it. We have to leave.
One moment. The door will close. They come back. They will hand the cloak to you. It is at this time that you will hear armored footsteps running from the north end of town out of the morning swamp, the swamp of Morning Solace. And you will see black Talon soldiers en masse invading the town.
Shit. She's gonna give the dude the bag of 600 gold that she just won. There's the rest of your fee. And then she's going to attempt to take off and fly towards the docks.
All right. So you can do one of a couple of things here.
Okay.
You can make stealth checks to attempt to stealth away. You can make acrobatics checks to attempt to avoid being captured.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you have something that allows other means at your disposal.
Sorry, give me just a second. I was just checking something. I guess we're doing stealth checks.
All right. You will have to make a couple of these. Please give me the first one.
Yep. 17.
Okay. If it meets, it beats. Next one.
21.
Beats my 7. And the last one.
Come on, Tiger's Eye, don't fail me now. That is a 19.
I rolled an 18. Flying, robe in hand, you land on the deck of the ship as you all see, well, all but Sarek, see black Talon soldiers invading the town. The ship, the wave treader, will cast off quickly. The captain screaming at you, "Get below, quickly."
I follow orders.
Yep.
Yep.
Taking
Yeah.
the box with us.
Nan's been on ship enough to know. You do what the captain says.
You will hear cannon fire from the ship as it will make its way out into the open waters, the sails catching. You all managed to escape the Black Talons. Sarek, the poison wearing off. You are able to move again, to speak.
Hey, hello, 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 hello. Wait a second. Can he move?
Yeah.
He's gonna push the lid off then, and just sit up. That was uncomfortable. I had an odd dream about a guy and Fraser, Brendan, something like that, and a girl and something running around with wraps on him. It was horrible.
But
What? So, what's going on? Granny stabbed me. Ow.
Do
It's
you
a
need
Black
Esme?
Talon.
Actually, your healing earlier helped. What, the Black Talon?
They invaded the town. We just barely got away.
Fortunately, your being in a box means that they would not have seen a dragonborn, an elf, an elf, an elf, elf board a ship. Perhaps Granny has somehow provided us cover, as uncomfortable as it might have been.
Yes.
Well, if that was her point, why not just ask him to lie in the box instead of stabbing him?
Does
I
she
would-
strike you as the sort of person who does half measure?
No. She has a slight sadistic streak.
So she stabbed you to help you?
That's the way she sees it.
I don't think I like her.
She's an acquired taste. Right, so we're out to sea. I assume by the lack of cannon fire that we are away.
Haven't been above deck yet to see. But right now, you need rest.
I'll be fine for a little bit longer.
It was hard watching you get hit on like that.
I've taken worse. Not much worse, but worse.
Maybe, but I've never had to watch it without being able to help.
Like I said, I'm fine. Shall we, find quarters, find the captain? I'd rather not sleep in this box anymore. It's rather uncomfortable.
Yeah, I say we give it a little bit more time. Maybe the captain will come down here.
Fair enough. So you say the Black Talon?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what they look like from the deck.
Yes, it was Black Talon. They, I went back to the shop and to get my robe of eyes, and they came just as he was handing me the robe. I almost didn't get back to the dock.
That would have been sad. Say, Black Talon. That's twice now in this area. They were originally after the sword. Now they're in an army attacking Port Bloodcut. That's rather bold. They must have some strong backing.
Breaker,
Yes.
I'm glad you made it back.
Thank you.
Yes, it is fortunate. Seems we have all made it this far.
Her wings are still out, all like glowy and everything. And above board, Tyr, if she looks at the robe, what alteration, if any, did the guy get a chance to make to it yet?
None.
None. Damn it.
Does she put it on?
Yeah, she's gonna put it back on.
Give me a perception check.
That's a 21.
Damn. I thought I had you. I rolled a nat 20.
I have +7, so
You will see there in the corner that silver orb floating.
that orb is back. It has to be. I don't know what it is, but it has to be a spell. Something. Nobody else sees it, and I only see it when I have my robe on.
An invisible silver orb.
Yes,
Here.
it's a silver orb.
Esmina's going to take over and cast Detect Magic.
It glows.
She can see it now.
Yes.
I see it as well. It is, in fact, magic.
Someone gonna
I-
poke
It is divination magic. Since cast detect magic reveals the type of magic, it is divination.
It is some sort of divination. I believe someone is spying.
Interesting. Maybe that's
Spy
how they're
out.
finding us.
Well, spy all you want, but we will find you, you spy, looking in the wrong corner and pointing at nothing.
Taps Drift on the shoulder, points to where the orb is.
Yeah,
So-
Brika's gonna kind of do the same thing. Like,
Anything we can do about it?
I do not have the correct spell prepared to try to dispel it.
the only thing that's happened before is when I've tried to go look at it, it disappears. So she starts walking towards it.
And it will vanish.
I do not like it.
No.
Mm-mm.
So we have a Vanisher and Hunters, an unknown spy, Black Talon army.
Give me an insight check, Zerk.
$15.
You do not believe that the Vanisher and Hunters are connected to the Black Talon army.
Did we ever see who attacked Talidegarios?
No.
It does seem odds are against us. And now we head
Yes.
toward a place that Nan seems afraid of.
Iron Sage. Well, besides Nan being afraid of most places, why Iron Sage specifically?
She says there are stories of hunters there.
Oh, the Hunters. Yes, the ones that are chasing us, apparently.
She fears there are many more there.
There are. But it's a
There's-
large continent and a large place.
She seems quite concerned.
I feel as though my knowledge of Iron Sage is somewhat out of date. Iron Sage was once a great nation, ahead of most, bogged down in war a lot.
That hasn't
Began to
changed.
slowly change after the Bride. Seems it has continued down that dark path.
It and Glandamere are currently in a struggle for power, and you have the free cities nearby that are trying to stay out of the middle.
Glandamere and Iron Sage at war is hardly anything new. It sounds as though Iron Sage has become more insular and xenophobic in the intervening years.
That's one way to look at it.
It's a shame. They really seem to be the jewel of their continent.
It's at this point, Laz, you'll hear a voice from behind you. The captain having coming down to check on his quote-unquote guests. Oh, Iron Sage is still the jewel of Erndathar. It's just some of the darker places seem to have taken a deeper root after the Narrows was purged by the new king.
That doesn't sound like a good time.
No, that doesn't sound at all. When was that?
It was shortly after the Battle of the Demon Bride. There was an assassination of the king by a group of individuals at a ceremony of unveiling statue. Among those individuals was a tiefling. The power that would be that took the position of royal advisor and interim king had the armies purge the Narrows of tieflings and dragonborn. They soon faded from power and time, as often happens in kingdoms, and the new king tried to make amends, but by that time the hunter guilds had forged and began hunting down tiefling, dragonborn, changeling, anything that they considered unnatural. The dark parts of the city fear them, but the places of substance, the places of power and money, the tiefling, the dragonborn, the changeling, they walk openly as they have the support of the soldiers. The Narrows have a volunteer watch, and who's going to stick their neck out for someone when they're not getting paid?
And we are bound for Iron Sage now, yes?
Yes, that sounds actually much like I remember it.
What part of this country will we be docking in?
Oh, no, you misunderstood. We're not docking. We're going to put you in a lifeboat and let you row in near Raven's Gulch in the southern tip. You make your way to the kingdom proper from there. We're going to continue on to the free cities.
Very well.
Raven's
This
Gulch.
Raven's Gulch, yes. Is it?
It's still there.
Yeah, they call it the town of Phoenix now, and it rose from the ashes.
Is it a place that it will be friendly to look at Zarek, to our friend?
Oh, probably. Or at least indifferent.
Yeah, you don't have to worry till you get to the seedy parts like the Narrows. Decent folk still look at people as individuals and don't judge them based on the color of their skin or scales, as it were. Me and my crew welcome all of you openly. A friend of Granny's is a friend of mine.
He just smiles slightly. You've given us much to think on, and I am I am in need of rest. It's been a long night.
Adam boy. A young 15-year-old boy will bound down the steps. Hi, Captain. They get my quarters.
Oh,
They are honored guests. Make sure they're fed and treated right. Captain, you heard me, and a smack to the back of the head. Right this way, right away. And he will go bounding up the steps.
As Mina's eyes are still white, and as they walk past the captain, they are simply going to look at him, give a nod, and keep walking.
You know, my lady.
Sarek will let everyone else go first.
Does Sarek stay behind?
No, he's just moving slow. He'll let everyone else go first.
Okay. How many hit points does Sarek have?
10 now, thanks to the healing.
It's hard to get up them steps, but you make it.
Follow along and all right, see where we end up.
The captain's quarters are not opulent like others have been told, but they are spacious. There is a large king-size bed. There is room for bedrolls around it. There is a writing desk. There are some books and a map and tools of measurement and charting.
Nan's gonna go check out the charts and maps.
Okay.
perhaps Sarek should take the bed, as he is the most in need of rest.
Oh, I could sleep just about anywhere at this point.
Take
Besides,
the
I
bed.
suspect it's rather short for me.
Still, take the bed.
Dear, you did say it was a spacious king-size bed, right?
Yes.
Try sleeping diagonal.
I don't have the strength to argue at this point. I will. Very well. And he will start stripping off his armor and stacking it in the corner. And start tending to his wounds first so he doesn't get blood all over the bed.
Nan will actually leave the charts when she sees Sarek trying to armor down and patch himself up. Do you want some help?
That would be appreciated, yes.
I'll do my best. If I need her, I'll call her.
I just don't want to get blood all over the captain's sheets.
Oh, we can dress that easy enough. Help him out of his armor and help him dress his wounds best you can.
Give me a medicine check.
Okay.
Yeah, Brika would actually come over and help as well. 'Cause
Okay, give me a medicine check with advantage.
All right. Well, that first one. We'll take the 13. That was the higher of the two. Plus 7. So 20.
The wounds are dressed between you and Brika. He is bandages in a very neat and satisfactory fashion. Sarek, you'll collapse in the bed, and before you know it, you're asleep. Exhaustion having taken you.
Yep. That sounds about right. He's done.
Nan's gonna go put her bedroll like kind of off to the side, maybe in a corner, and have a seat.
Draft will find a chair, and that's where he will trance for 4 hours.
Brika would set a bedroll somewhere close to the bed, just in case. She's worried that nightmares may happen again for Sarek, so She would have put her bedroll right there at the foot of the bed, and that's where she'll trance.
Laz will find a place to sit, probably near where Nan's bedroll is, and will stay awake until the others finish their.
When you come to sit, since Nan has not laid down yet, they'll look to you. You all right?
All things considered, yes.
Been a long day.
Has.
What is it?
I would tell you. I fear to. Someone has been spying on you, and I do not wish to put someone else in jeopardy who is not part of our group.
Hmm.
Speaking of them, if that orb is around, might endanger.
I understand.
But at some point, when we can be sure to save, I would like to tell you.
All right then. Is that all that's bothering you?
It has been a very unusual day. Between the hunter and the vanisher, an invading army, pit fighting,
Mm-hmm.
winning a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
and Granny stabbing Sarek, our plate is kind of full.
It does feel that way. Part of the reason I wanted the halfling to go away.
That is fair. It would seem. I wonder. I would assume the Black Talons are connected to the Kaya in some way. His reappearance might have emboldened them. Them not having a strong entity to lead them since Lilith was defeated.
Hmm.
He seems the most likely candidate.
I think that makes sense.
And I might be way off base here, but Lady Bianca, who helped us, is on a council that helps with the ruling of Glandam. Her involvement may be why we are hunted and a vanisher is on our trail.
Perhaps. I mean, I can't think of any reason why anyone else from Glandamere would, or any incident in Glandamere, would have somebody looking for us. And we haven't even been there yet.
No, it's a mystery. But can only deal with what is directly in front of us for the.
That's true.
How are you holding?
It was weird tonight. Sitting there watching the fights. Normally, I'd look away.
Date.
Hmm?
And having a date.
Oh, wasn't a date. I kept telling him and wasn't interested. He just wasn't hearing me.
I was trying the sarcasm.
Oh, you did a better job of it earlier, or maybe I just wasn't listening close enough this time.
I'll
But it
work
was
on it.
weird. She'll pat him on the hand. Oh, she'll pat them on the hand. Normally, I wouldn't be able to sit through that. Wouldn't be able to watch. I didn't want to watch. I didn't want to run either. I wanted to go help him. That's different for me.
Yes.
Just gonna look over at Laz, like actually look up at Laz this time. I don't think I could have bared it if it was you.
The other voice that is prominent within me very, very much wanted to join.
To join in the bloodshed.
Yes. That one was very enthusiastic.
You'll sort it eventually.
And the night will go. You all will have 4 days of downtime to do whatever. If you do not have anything but think of something until next session, you can let me know and we'll make sure that it gets addressed. Without harassment, you will make it to the point of departure from the ship. Your lifeboat sturdy as you make shore at Raven's Gulch. The sign above the entrance to the small rural village says, "Welcome to Raven's Gulch, the Phoenix City." And there is a statue that looks much like the Dragonborn that accompanies you outside the gates, carved of wood. And this, my friends, is where we pause for the evening.
You're a bastard.
Oh, that is sweet music to my ears. First off, I want to say thank you to each one of you for being at my table this evening. And I hope that you enjoyed the game. I hope that it was fun. I want to say congratulations to SiriCat for winning the 3D printed Gothic Dice Tower.
Congrats.
I want to say thank you to all for tuning in. It is now time for us to remind you who we are, where we can be found, and for us to adjourn for the evening. But before we go, a final thought. Are the tendrils of friendship beginning to spread amongst those that were condemned co-workers? As we've saw not once, but twice, the fear and worry for the life of one of their own. Could it be that this group that has rejected friendship so vehemently has run openly into its arms? With that thought, we say goodnight.
Greetings, gamers. I am Raph the Mad, and I have been the voice of Sarek the Blade tonight, the rather world-traveling and pit-fighting Dragonborn. You could find me at BLKDragon13000 on Twitter.
Hey everybody, I'm Ren Matley. I was the voices of Nan and Esmita tonight. You can find me over on Twitter at Ren_Matley.
Hi, gamers. I'm still Locke Clark, and tonight I played Laz, and I want to go to the shitty town where Laz is a hero. And you can find me on the Book of Faces and the Twitter pages at Locke Unruly. That's Locke with an H.
Hey everybody, it's me, Patrick, the voice of Draft Vitakin, and you can find me on Twitter at Peculiar Patrick.
everybody, it's Ames. I'm the voice of Rika. Who knows? Maybe she's getting a little more used to letting the wings out. I mean, she just lost like 1,200 gold on a robe that didn't get altered, but hey, it's alright. You guys can find me on Twitter at LollyGFIFO.
And I'm Tyr the DM, the world's okayest DM. And before we depart, I want to remind you that you are not alone. That love and inclusion are the torches that light a path to a better tomorrow. And we beckon you, come join us and be torchbearers. And remember, until next time, live a life to make yourself proud. We love you guys.